The Marksmen rifles have been 100% completed now. 1,000 kills using the mastery camos with each and every one of them, as well as my personal challenge of getting an MGB with every gun in the game, except launchers, cause that's just a little bit ridiculous, let's be honest. It was a fun grind, even though I was very lazy. 6 guns, if I put my nose to the grindstone and played shipment 24/7, I could finish within 2 days. It took me more than a week to complete, and as much as I like diversity when it comes to using different guns, the Marksman rifles got repetitive, and it's something that I'm going to face, especially when I get to categories like SMGs and assault rifles, where everything's full auto and functions virtually the same. I originally was enjoying using the Marksman rifles. I just finished up doing the launcher mastery challenges, which was a huge pain. Being able to go back to normal weapons was fantastic. But this is an issue that Modern Warfare 2 has in general. Different receiver types are a welcome change to the game, but there's no point to have an AK-47 having 7 different weapon variants with micro changes between the stats of each one. The same can be said to the SPR family. Let's start off with the SPR 208. One of the best guns in the game. It is simultaneously the best shotgun, mid-range weapon, and sniper all at the same time. Are we honestly surprised? Not at all. Everyone's been using this gun since the beginning of the game. It's easy to use, and even for players who aren't good at sniping and just aren't good with bolt action weapons in the game, it's easy to pick up and be accurate. You don't even need optics for it to be good at long ranges. Now, when you're playing on a map like Shipment and trying to do the weapon mastery challenges, you're gonna want to build all of your guns, not just the SPR, for close range combat. Fast ADS times, fast sprint to speed times, you're gonna want to focus your attachments to be good at close range. That's self-explanatory. But the good thing with the SPR is even if you have those short range attachments on, you are still going to be one-shotting enemies at long distances as long as you're hitting from the chest up. Getting a 30 kill streak to get the MGB is just as simple as you would think. It one-shot kills at all ranges as long as you're accurate. It's super easy to win your gunfights. As long as you're not running into the enemy spawn, you're going to have no issues if you're a smart player. The SPR 208, A tier. Everything that made the SPR a good gun, the SAB-50 does better. Which makes sense, because who would want to use the evolution of the SPR but have it perform even worse? This gun, so easy to use. Once you get camo challenges out of the way and start working on weapon mastery on Shipment 24/7, you can go into autopilot and get 100 kills a game. This thing one-shots at all distances. You can even shoot lower body and not even get a hit marker. You don't even have to think about using this gun. You just get your 1,000 kills and move on with your day. Easy S tier weapon. The last bolt action rifle within the Marksman category is the Lockwood Mark II, and I hate this weapon. On Shipment 24/7, it's great. Everyone is in such close proximity to each other, you're never going to get hit markers. But the second you leave Shipment and go play on a normal size 6v6 map, welcome to Hit Marker City. You are rarely going to get one-shot kills unless you're close range to an enemy or shooting at their head. There were so many times where I was hitting upper chest, even with attachments that increase bullet velocity and damage range, and I was still getting hit markers. The one upside to this gun is its fire rate and rechamber speed is extremely fast, even without attachments that increase them. Which is great for Shipment 24/7. My 1,000 kills was fantastic. So when I went to go get my MGB in 6v6, I thought, okay, this is straightforward. I was slapping kids on Shipment. It's a piece of cake. Nope, I was wrong. And I went back to Shipment to get my MGB. This gun has potential to be great on extremely small maps in the hands of the right player, which I actually don't mind. I would much rather this thing get hit markers than have it have the one-shot kill potential that the SAB-50 has, because then no one would use anything except this gun. So I appreciate the balance, but it is frustrating every time you see a hit marker pop up on your screen. The Lockwood Mark II is a solid C tier weapon. Let's dive headfirst, crack our skulls open into the semi-auto marksman rifles. You're not going to find anything special or overpowered when it comes to the EBR-14. It's a standard semi-auto marksman rifle, one-shot headshot kill potential as all marksman rifles have. It has extremely ugly iron sights where if I ever took the EBR-14 home after a night at the bar, you bet I'm asking for a couple paper bags to take home with me. It's so ugly. I always have to use a red dot with this thing, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I do hate that it takes up an attachment slot. I would much rather use an attachment that increases some sort of stat that will benefit me, whether I'm playing close range or long range, or utilizing somewhere in between. There is a much needed redeemable feature with this gun, and that's the fire rate. It's not painfully slow, and if you're running a 15 or 20 round mag, you're going to be able to get a lot of kills without having to reload and worry about how much ammo you have left, so you don't have to die while reloading. Trust me, I found that out a lot while trying to get my MGB. I would exhaust my ammunition in the clip, have to reload, and die, which would really frustrate me when I was close to an MGB, and it happened multiple times. This gun, for a marksman rifle, is painfully average. The EBR-14 is dropping right to the back of C tier. The TAC-M is horrible. It is the one marksman rifle I did not like using at all. The fire rate is so slow, a granny could cross the street faster than my second shot leaves my gun. You can't get into close range gunfights with more than one enemy at a time as long as they aren't incompetent, because you will die all the time. You can melee two enemies and kill them faster than this gun can shoot enough lethal shots to kill them. It is ridiculous. Now, on the plus side, it has great iron sights, so you don't have to use an optic if you don't want to, and it has great damage at range. The real problem is the fire rate, and that's the only bad thing about this gun, but the fire rate is so bad, the TAC-M has to go in D tier. I considered putting it in F tier, but I'm saving that tier for guns that are genuinely useless in 99% of situations. I forgot completely how the LMS functioned within this game, and after using guns like the TAC-M, I was worried that the fire rate was going to be horrible. I was pleasantly surprised when I remembered how good this gun was. There is nothing special about it, but it has the best fire rate out of all the marksman rifles, as well as shares a high damage stat and great mobility attachments if you want to run it as a semi-auto assault rifle. It reminds me of guns like the FAL from the Black Ops series, or I'm trying to think of a semi-auto gun in the Modern Warfare series from like Modern Warfare 2 or 3, but I honestly can't remember. Great gun overall. LMS, solid A tier. This category overall wasn't honestly that hard to get the Weapon Mastery Challenge or even MGBs. They are some of the easiest guns to use in the game just because of their high damage and decent mobility. There is a great time and a place for these weapons, however, they're not a jack of all trades. They're an anomaly within the shipment world of 24/7 grinding because they're so overpowered in chaotic situations where you don't care about dying, like shipment. But if you think about it, everything is good to use on shipment, even the shield. It's just easy to get kills on that map. Where you start to notice the marksman rifles struggle is when you bring them into 6v6 multiplayer or Warzone. The only gun in the marksman rifle category that I found success with in Warzone was the LMS. Snipers can't one-shot, so there's no point in using the SAB, Lockwood, or the SPR. And when it came to the TAC-M and even the EBR-14, unless you were close range against enemies, you weren't going to be successful at all. Honestly, I'd stay away from using these in Warzone unless they're your favorite guns in the game for whatever reason. Grinding weapon mastery did get tedious at some points, so if you are also doing your 1000 kills with every gun in the game, I'd recommend getting these out of the way as fast as possible. Trust me, I'm an epic professional gamer. Category overall, marksman rifles, 6 out of 10. The only issue anyone is ever going to have with these is the TAC-M fire rate, and maybe they're not going to be the most accurate players ever, especially if Orion's their first mastery camo they've ever unlocked. You may struggle from time to time with the bolt action guns, but that's just how it goes. TAC rifles, pretty decent. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna go grind some more mastery weapons. Bye.